All right, so this is going to be my live coding session, just in case someone wants it. And I think what we're going to do now is we're going to see if we can make it so each user can only vote once per subject. And I don't have any idea how I'm going to do that right this second. Let's just see. So first we'll start where a vote gets created, I think would be a good place to start with that. So we'll go to the votes controller. So now, so we're creating a vote. And a vote gets a user. So let's see. Go to create a vote. We should get stopped. Okay, so we create a vote. Seems. Let's see what our at vote looks like. It doesn't have its own ID yet because it's not saved yet, which is fine, but it does have a user ID, so I should be able to go dot user. Okay. So we've got that, and I think that's what we're going to want to use. And a vote also has a subject ID. Dot subject. Well, really, I would have to do vote dot subject. Okay. So we have access to a subject and a user at the moment. We're creating new votes. We almost have to see if this is going to get messy. We'll refactor this later, but so we need to do another little if deal here. If so I'm making a vote. If that vote dot subject let's see. At vote dot subject dot users. Okay, now we're cooking. So because of our relationships, we can ask for all the users of all the votes for that subject. So because of our relationships, the users that are associated with this subject are users who have voted, who have created a vote for that subject, because our votes table is actually our join table, and subjects have many users through votes, and users have many subjects through votes too. So that's cool that we can do that. So basically we do if at vote dot subject dot users dot include current user, and that's a helper method that we have defined. I think we defined it in our application controller. Yeah. So since it's in our application controller, we can use it in any of our controllers. At vote. Let's try this out and try it real quick. At vote dot subject dot users dot include current user. So we get true, which is exactly what we wanted. So essentially, if this returns true, it means that the current user has already voted on that subject, and we don't want them to be able to do it again. So maybe if this, we will do like a flash error that says you already voted, and then we'll re-render the page. Yeah. So before we go on to save the vote, we'll check to make sure. Yeah. All right, this is going pretty well. So if at vote.subject.users, having a brain freeze right now, even though I know I'm really close to it, which is the course really. Alright, so if that returns true, then we need to figure out how to do our flash errors, and I think I did it in here. Yeah. So yeah, it's really easy. Flash error equals. And then we'll put our message in here. So we'll put our message in here. You already voted on this subject. and then we'll render new, because we're rendering the new vote page. Okay, so let's test that out. Before we do that, I'm sure we're gonna have to put that flash error in our view. I don't remember how that goes. I think it's pretty easy though. Let's see. Log in, log in, log in. There it is. Okay. This is in the log. It should be. Redirect to login tab. Okay, it's gonna be in one of these views. So you literally just put flash error. Well, that's easy. So where do we want to put this? We want to put this on our new vote page, I think. And we'll put it in with these. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Like, I'm sure there's a way to do it inside of here. But for now, it'll be fine. Is that how it goes? I think that's how it goes. And it's just flash here. Okay. Now let's try it. I'll make sure I got rid of my binding.pry. If this works first time, which we have a pretty good chance of it working, I think. But it'd be super cool if this worked right away. Alright, so I know I voted on this one already. Let's see what it lets us do. Alright, so it's not working. Undefined title or nil class, and I think that's because it's trying to re-render our page, and when it's re-rendering, there's no subject. Yeah, it should be rendering new with our perhaps we need to redirect to new. Um, Strange. It's new. So it tries to render the page. How do I do it in here? I've done it already. Why can't I do it again? Um, Share. redirect to. Okay. So we need to redirect. Need to redirect to we need to redirect to our new route. Oh, come on, this takes forever. So we need to redirect to our new vote. Votes slash new. We want our nested new route, which is here. New subject vote. So the new subject vote path. Think and hope. New subject vote. I don't need a subject. Dot subject. How to do the trick. Render in order to direct word call multiple times in this action. Please note that you may only call render or redirect. This one's per action. Okay. So now it's going on to save it, which is a problem. Let's see. Okay. So why did it go on to save it? Really weird. Why did it go on to save it? I had already voted on it. Let's try. So if you want to exit an action after redirecting, you need to do something else. If you want to exit an action after redirecting, you need to do something like redirect to and return. And return. Really weird. Um, huh, let me make sure I didn't break it completely. Okay, so we can still do that. So I didn't completely break it, uh, unless I did. No, we're good. I did not completely break it. Nice. Our percentages are changing, which is perfect. I need to get this working. Let's abstract it out into our votes helper. I think that's a better way to do this. So in our votes helper, we'll do. Don't know why this is all crazy. Um, user. We'll call it that. So we'll say we'll call this div. Because that'll return true. So that'll return true if our user has already voted on the subject, else it'll return false. That's all we should need for that part, the logic part of it anyway. Um, let's try it. So let's check out to make sure our user voted method is working like we would expect it to. And define the method. Um, No, let's just put it down here. For now, anyway. Refactoring, making things difficult. Okay, let's try it now. Let's try it now. All right, now we're on Bri. We're in this Bri here. It should return true if I type it in. Yeah, so it is returning true. It is working the way we want it to. That user loaded method. So now we can do if user voted. So that's basically saying if user already voted on this subject, flash error equals do a flash error, and then we need to redirect. Or do we render new? Redirect to, what was it called? Can I just, or it's because it's redirecting and then trying to go on to you know what? I can actually just do this. And user voted. So it's if the vote saves, if the vote saves and the user has not voted, we will redirect to the votes index page of that subject. What else? Our subject. Yeah, or else we're going to re-render the new page with flash error. Well, yeah, we'll re-render the page with our flash error. And we already have it in there. Close your tags. Yeah, so we're gonna have an issue with this, but I'm just gonna make sure that it is gonna render the page correctly. You have already voted on this subject. Okay, so we'll flash the error. So the problem is anytime that this doesn't save, it's gonna show this error message, but I think we can fix that here in a second. Okay. Oh. Uh, okay. So it is working correctly. Why is it trying to go to an update action though? See, that's why I wanted it to redirect to a different page right away if this was true, because now we're getting weird things going on. Let's try to keep that the way it is for now. Let's see. So let's do a little. We'll do one of these little nested if statement here. I don't like it. This action is getting really sticky, but I don't. Sure, I'm sure I can refactor it later. Okay. Flash error. So we'll do. Um, we'll show that flash error if user already voted. So that should allow us to render the page with the error only if that is the actual error. So for that, we're going to create a new subject. Testing. Single vote limiter is what we'll call it. I don't know. A, B, test category subject. So now we're taken to the vote page. So testing vote. I do this. Okay, so that's good. So we haven't voted on this. So it is going to let us vote and not show our not show our flash error. It's only showing our validation error because we didn't pick one of these, which is perfect. So now the problem is So, okay, let's dissect that a little bit. What the hell just happened? But now, you've already voted on this subject. Yes. Choose an option and click to submit. I've already voted on this subject. So that's why when that happens, I want it to go somewhere else. Like I'm really screwing this up. All right. I should be able to create a subject, and I should be able to vote on it right away. It's trying to take us to an update action, which is really strange. So let's see. Why is it trying to take us to an update? Okay. So now it's working. It's being really weird with the way it's redirecting to that update action. Really strange. Problem is right now we can vote as many times on a single vote as we want. We only want people to be able to vote once. This is really strange. I really thought that was going well. All right. And my validation errors still work just fine. Okay. All right. So it's almost like when it was when we had that other logic in there, it was like didn't want us to wasn't saving or something. Really weird. I have no idea how it was just going to an update. What's the update route? Votes update. So there's two votes update. It's just votes slash ID. There's no URL helper. Subject votes path. Subject votes is the nested index page to see all the votes for that subject. Really strange. I think it's because it was saving. It was still safe because it wasn't failing any of the model. So I think it was saving, but it was still going to our new action, and that was really confusing to it. Wow. Huh. This is gonna be really horrible, but maybe we'll try this. Do if user loaded, if that's not true, do that vote dot save. So we'll only save it if the user didn't vote. Okay. Save. Oh, if the user didn't vote, it will save. And then if add vote dot ID says if it saves, add vote will have an ID now. Let's see what this does to us. Okay, so right now we're resubmitting, but it's re-rendering the page. But there's no validation errors. If user voted, then if user did not vote, then save it. Else okay, so the way this is working is if the user did not vote, the vote will save. And then it goes down to this if block, which if at vote.id, meaning basically if at vote.save, if the save went okay. It will redirect to there or else. And so if it doesn't save, then we need to add our flash error. And we'll say that. Okay. So real quick, if the user did not vote, it'll save and then come down to here. And then if vote.id, meaning if it's saved into our database, we'll then redirect, or else we're going to render the new page with our subject available. Re-renders. All right. Not an easy thing. Let's see what we got. All right. It says we already voted on this subject. If we try to do it again, you'll say the same thing. Okay, perfect. Now we go to a different one. If we don't, okay, so our validation messages are not working. That's a problem. Okay, so our validation choices are working. Right, so I had test one. Okay, new subject, test one. Vote now. So now we should not be able to vote again. It says we already voted. So it only gives us one. That's good. That's actually not bad. If you already voted, it uh, just tells you you already voted, and it doesn't need to give you the validation errors. And then the user will be forced to navigate somewhere else. Okay, so we made that work. This logic here, this controller action is horrible now, but when I get to refactoring, I'm sure there's a way to put this somewhere else. And if not, it's just the way it's gonna be. I'm just happy that it works. Okay, cool. So we've set that up. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty bad actually, but um, it works. So yeah, what we'll do now, I think we'll stop this because the pressure is getting to me.